Hi, welcome back. This week's video is going to be a little bit different than what I teased in last week's video. The video about not wasting so much time on your art, ironically, is taking much longer than I thought it would be. So this week we're just doing a simple speed paint of BAKUGO from Boku no Hero. So in the past, Boku no Hero characters have actually been really hard for me to kind of get a grasp on and draw, simply because that art style, personally, is kind of a little out of my grasp, actually. Like, it's very pleasing to me and I do enjoy it. It's just hard for me personally to get it down. So what you'll see is I'm using simple shapes to kind of block in the hair, and I'm taking my time with like the key features such as like the nose and the mouth and the eyes. So much of Boku no Hero characters are in the hair and like in the facial features. It's mainly the facial structure and what composites that actually grabs your attention to each individual character. That's something I give major props to everybody that works on Boku no Hero because of their consistency and just how well of a grasp they have on character design. Through the video, you'll actually see me flip my canvas, and that's something I actually do recommend you doing at home, is flipping your canvas often and making sure that no matter what angle you view your drawing at, that everything looks right proportionately. You'll also see that I actually had to flip the hair around because when I laid it in backwards, and that's actually something I did with deku when I did my deku print. I actually had to go and fix that. Here I am laying in basic shadows. I know that I want to have an explosion in his right hand, so I know that I want to make pretty dramatic cast shadows, and I also want to make it abundantly clear the explosion is bright. You'll see me actually switch to watercolor for a minute. During this piece, I wanted to use as little watercolor as possible, because I didn't want to focus too much on blending. I just wanted to make a more of a simple drawing all in all. Now, due to using grayscale shading, the coloring was actually very simple because I didn't have to shade it necessarily. I do like how it turned out here, although I actually wouldn't recommend doing it yourself. There are definitely more eye-catching ways and seamless ways to shade. But as for this piece, I was just going for simplicity, so I figured grayscale shading would do the job. You'll see around here that I'm actually trying to figure out exactly how the eyes are going to reflect the explosion. Maybe not necessarily reflect completely, but what light the eyes are going to pick up. Now, the explosion and lighting was very interesting in this piece because I did want to make it a focus, but I didn't want to just wash out all the color I had laid in previously. Alright, so here's the finished product. At the end of the day, I do really enjoy this piece, especially for being as simple as it is. Sure, if I took a little bit more time with this piece, I could have polished it up a little bit more, but at the end of the day, that wasn't the goal. Now, a few people actually have mentioned that my backgrounds are lacking, and I do agree, and that's something I'll try to work on in the future. But for something as simple as this, I didn't really find it too necessary to add too much detail in the background. Although I did experiment with the idea a lot. Alright, so that's it for this week's video. I know it was really quick and really to the point. I am going to try to get that other video uploaded in less than a week from now, just for consistency's sake, and there might be a thing or two that you might learn. Alright, that'll about do it for this one. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to spend with me. Y'all have a nice one, and I'll see you later.